Hey guys, welcome back. DreamRaver23 here with another Banished tutorial for helping you get the most out of your Banished game. These tutorials are made simply to make it to where you have less of a hard time. Now these are a bit more advanced. If you haven't checked out the last video, that's got us up to this point right here. Make sure you guys check it out because you will want to kind of stay on the same track that we are for you to get full advantage out of this. Now these are a bit more advanced than what the tutorials in the game are. If you haven't checked out tutorials in the game, check those out first and then come check these out. But let's go ahead and get started. Today we're going to be working on getting a useful wood resource that is both beneficial to you and it's able to be replenished. Like it takes care, it's self-sustaining, if you will. Now to do that, we are going to take advantage of this area right over here. And I know what you're saying, Dream, there's not really any wood over there in the first place. I know that, but that's kind of what we are looking for the most part. We do have a good wood supply back behind us that we can use for absolutely necessary if we need to. But for right now, which I do love it when you're paused, you can actually kind of like see these snowflakes in 3D space in the wintertime. It's gorgeous. I love it. Right now we're going to take off the wooden bridge and we're going to start heading over this way. We're going to follow this road out. And they will start building that up for us because they are very nice citizens and we are their lord and masters, if you will. I guess. I don't know. Now, it is coming up on autumn, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be planting potato. We're going to say work, yes. You're going to need another person right there. This one is going to also be potato. And we're going to add another person right there. How many do we have available? We still have 3 laborers available. We do need to have some potato, potato. This one is not set, and that one is not set. So we'll do this one as bean, and we're actually gonna say yes. We need another worker. Work. Yes, we need another worker. Work. Yes. And work. Is that all we have? Okay. Okay. Well, we'll not let these 2 work. And look, right down here is what we're looking at. Farmer 6 of 6. That says you have 6 spots that are available to be worked. And all of them will be worked. The reason why we did that right now is it's late winter. It's about to go into early spring. And you want them to be able to plant as soon as possible. So that's one thing while we're getting that taken care of. We want them to make sure that they can plant and start planting right off the bat, right off the get-go. Now, late winter and early spring, you still can have snow that happens. If there's still snow, if you get frost and everything like that, they won't start planting until that's taken care of. So that's something that you should know as well. These guys are almost done, and boom, bridge is done. Now, we are going to take this handy-dandy little thingy right here, and we're going to pull this road. We're going to make a straight line coming back. It doesn't have to go all the way back, but we do want it to go a good ways. And then we are also going to go over here to our resource production and pull off our Forester Lodge. Now this one you want to zoom out a little bit. And you want to make sure that it's got as much of this area as possible that it's using as a resource. You also still want to make sure that it's right on the road. Boom, and then we're going to rotate this around. And we're going to set it up in the same spot right there. So we're building 2 of them. It might seem like a waste of resources, but it's not going to be, because what you want to do is you want to have them to where there's 2 different buildings, 2 in each building, so 4 workers that are constantly working back and forth to build up, cutting down. They're going to have your logs that'll be able to be used for firewood and everything like that, and building buildings. And also replanting them in the most efficient way possible. Now also over here, we do want these guys to clear out these stones that are going to be basically in this area that we want. And iron as well. Now the reason for that is that we don't want anything other than trees to be in this area right here. making it that way. It says it's only trees. There's nothing else growing, which is how you want it set up. Now, while they are doing that, we are at a slower speed, so I have a problem, you know, while they're clearing that out. We're going to check these houses. And if you look in these houses, you can see the average age. So, Eldridger and Ernesti are 21 and 22. They have Shania, which is 1-year-old, and 12-year-old Tatya. And then you have, on this building right here, 21, 18, 2, 14, and 7. Right here you have 23, 21, and a 1-year-old. 21, 23, and a 0, a newborn basically. And then right here you have 18, 19, and 0. So these guys are all working. They're taking care of their stuff and everything like that. Now, something to keep in mind is that you want to make sure that those kids grow up and are able to work. They have a job that they're able to do, and whenever they come of age, you will have them come up to be as laborers. Another thing to keep in mind too is that you want to always have a constant influx of children, and that's something that you will definitely be taking on later on, because it can get a bit overwhelming and trying to find this like this cyclical system of how it works. But once you do get it figured out, you are light years ahead of the game on this game right here, on the simulation, if you will. This town building beautifulness. All right, we do need to assign some workers. We only have one laborer available at this point in time because everybody else is busy taking care of farms. And they are doing a fine job of it. Smashing job, people. Smashing. Let's go ahead and put this road going up a little bit further too. And also, because I'm not finished with this one yet, they need to get more logs. Let's go ahead and have them pull some trees from back here. It should also be said that just because this is the second year in the game, the population ages faster. I don't know exactly how many years they age in 1 year. I think it might be like more like dog years, something like 7 years per 1 year. I haven't actually spent the time to look, but they do grow quite a bit faster than it does in the game, or they age quite a bit faster, I should say. Mature, if you will. I remember back whenever I was 6. That was last year. Now you're 14. It does make sense. But can you guys hurry up with the logs here? Come on. Let's go ahead and drop this down one. And put this up one. Now, one thing that you will see is that they've already removed all the stones off this side right here, and they're working on getting them on this side. That's going to allow them to, like I said, plant nothing but trees. So you see they're planting a lot of trees right here. Now I am going to pause the game and come back whenever they get a little more work done on this area. So give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Alright guys, we are back in. They still haven't cleared a lot of that area out, but what we are going to be doing right here is we are going to start establishing some hunter grounds and stuff along those lines. So we're going to get the food, go over to the hunting cabin, which is 34 logs and 12 stone. We do have the stone available, but you don't have to necessarily put these in the woods. You can see this right over here. I mean, there's deer over here. You'll see deer that always go around the crops and everything right up here. I mean, there's deer right over here in this area, and these guys will go back and forth between different areas to get the deer. So we're going to set this one up. We'll actually set it up right here. Alright. Well, what that's going to do is it's going to allow And they actually did get that other building done. Nice. That's going to allow them to set and go across this bridge and everything and hunt the deer that run through this area. You can see there's some mushrooms right here. The deer right there. You're going to have more deer over here. Some deer down here. And so they'll be able to cover this whole area whenever this is done. Everything within that yellow they'll be able to cover, which is good. That's what we kind of want, is them to be able to clear this area out and, you know, use the resources that are available to them. Now, it is a really, really hard winter, and you can see that right now it is actually early spring and it's still snowing. So that's going to make us to where we're not getting as much work done on our farms. Now they're going to start doing it because it just finished snowing. But we didn't have anybody die because they had enough, wood from the woodcutter. Right now he doesn't have any. That sign right there means he doesn't have any supplies to be able to get his job done. We probably should. We should wait because we didn't get that started early enough. Also, let's go ahead and add a gatherer's hut. We're going to put that just randomly out in the woods. Actually, we're going to put it up in the same area right here. Now, where are we going to put this? Actually, this would probably be a good area down here. Right now, we're going to put this gatherer's hut right here. We're not going to put a road out to it or anything like that. We're just going to let them do their thing and work it down there. We need more logs. We have the stone required, so let's go ahead and get this. Gather trees. Somebody actually died of starvation during the summer because we didn't have enough crops. Those are things you have to really look out for. Another farmer. Dang it, they're dropping like flies! They're dropping like fries. I'm not super worried at this point in time because we still have food going in there. They are getting resources harvested over there. We should probably drop one of these builders and get a farmer back over there so they can finish it getting these supplies right here because we will need that crop. And they are using up tools. We will want to get a blacksmith in here as soon as possible. You can see they've already cleared out this area. It's got the stone required over there. We're just waiting for the logs. We need to get more logs over there. See down here, a child named Zakardin was born, and a child named Alphon was born. Kate has become an adult and is working as a laborer. Now, whenever you see that right there, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you can get a house built as soon as possible. Right now, we're still trying to get a lot of these other buildings built, so we're going to try to get our hunting cabin set up so we can get more food supplies. If we check over here, our food supplies, we have 268 potatoes. That's not a lot of potatoes to last throughout the winter, spring, and summer, but we'll see what we can do. This is finished now. We will try to get some hunters over here to kind of get some more food. So So we'll put 2 hunters in there. And now they should start going over here and getting supplies over here delivered. So they can start building on this building out here. The gatherer's hut can be a big benefit because it can gather mushrooms and berries and roots. And be able to add that to your food supply. So getting that set up pretty soon is a great asset. We should have really got that set up the first year. But we were trying to get our farming environment set up over here and get it cleared out. Some places are a little bit easier to start off. Some aren't. If you have a whole lot of stuff that you need to clear out, it can be rough. Bottom line. Alright, this area, we have 1 laborer available, so we're going to assign a laborer right here to start gathering food. And now you can start to see this area that was absolutely sparse before. You're going to start to see trees coming in. It does take a couple years to get the trees to grow, but they will keep planting and chopping down trees and everything as they need, and it works out nicely. It is late winter. We do want to go ahead and make sure that everything is set up right here. We have 6, so that is good. We're going to kind of breeze through this really quick into this season. Not going to add any more farms as of yet, and the reason is because we want to make sure that we have farmers available. And right now we don't have any laborers. You don't want to have any more open than you have fields. So we have 6 fields open right now, 6 of these small 7x7 fields. We need to have 6 farmers. If you had 8 fields open and you only had 6 farmers, it wouldn't work. They wouldn't be able to finish and you'd have lost crop. They'd be spent more efficiently by going gathering other stuff, doing other things. So another has become available, another laborer. We are going to put that laborer right over here to get more gathering supplies. Also, another thing that we're going to want to do here pretty soon is we're going to want to build at least some wooden houses right here. These are going to be for our workers that work out here. So we'll go ahead and get these started being built. You can see our population, number of adults is going back up. Even though we lost some people, our population is going back up. And that's a good thing. And whenever we start getting more becoming adults and going into being able to be laborers, we'll start setting them up as being more farmers. So we'll have more food coming out from these crops. We also do want to make sure that we get some more people over here to the gatherer's hut and then also to the hunter's cabin to make sure that they can get food from there as well. It gives them a diversity of food and really allows them to get more health. But before we do anything else, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to get a blacksmith area. So we will add that right in here. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to click on this and pause it so that they're not building it as of yet. Basically, we want to let them get some more wood and everything like that. It's coming up on summer, so it's not going to be super terrible because we do have a good amount of firewood stored. But we want them to build these houses up. And they're still going to need more logs right here, as you can see. It's all about management of your resources in this game. Managing them efficiently. So all these ones that they're cutting down, you don't want them to start like splitting them between these two parts. You want them to start putting it here for this wooden house so that your workers will have a much more efficient route that they're taking to get to their work. So if you check out path, this guy, they're working right there. They're just working right here. That's where they're working. It works out nicely. And if we check in here in this house, both of them are foresters. And they're living right there. We'll get the second one built right here, and we'll start to try to add more people so we can have more wood supply, and it'll work. It's a smart system, but you have to really work it. and you have to stay constant on it. It can get exhausting just staying as constant as you need to in this game. So we have a good supply of stored stone and stored iron. Our stored wood will go up eventually. A child named Aldonald was born. Aldonald. Let's go ahead and harvest some of these trees while we're sitting here. Why? Because you guys aren't doing it fast enough over here. Now, as you probably saw, late autumn, all the crops, that's the last bit of crops right there, that will start to disappear. So they were able to grab all that, all the crops and finish them all up right before the end of winter, which is good. That's what you want. You want them to be able to get, you don't want to have excess sitting out there just doing nothing. That's bad. That means that they didn't have time. Let's check his route. They live right there, so they live close. They live close. That one still lives a little far away, but I think that's just because he's a builder and he's working out there. This one is farmer, and also works out there. Ah, that's why these guys moved closer. So we should actually build another house out here, here pretty soon. So that way our gatherer will live really close to their work. Right now, since this is the closest building to right there, the gatherer lived right there, moved to right there, so they're being as efficient as possible in their route, and it made everybody else move. Alright, so this house is finished. There's a builder and a builder, forester, and a new child was born. Now you're going to start seeing a lot of these come of age. Let's go ahead and build another house right out here. And we're going to set this one up to go as well. And the reason is because we should have some coming of age here pretty shortly. Some children's being born. Now, I don't know what the age is whenever they become mature and they start working. Obviously, that guy's 17, he's a forester, 16 and a farmer. Dannington. 10. So at 10 years old, they become able to work. Alright, we need more. We need more wood, and it's the reason why I'm grabbing, putting them over to work in the forestry area. But as you can see from right here, the whole thing that we set out to do on this one was to get a self-sustaining forestry over there. We have 4 workers out there. There's 2 working at each building. And basically all they're doing is you have people going out and replanting, and you have people going out and harvesting wood. But it sustains itself. It's already regrown back all the wood from around that area right there, and it sustains itself, which is nice. Now the reserve of food is low, but they should be going and start harvesting here pretty quick. Usually they start harvesting right around autumn. They've already started harvesting the beans. They obviously harvest quite a bit quicker. Now we do want them to finish up with the blacksmith right here, because we want them to start building more efficient logs. Tatia the hunter died during childbirth, which is actually really terrible, losing a hunter like that. But that's the thing, is this game, nature just happens. Like, you don't need enemy mobs. Nature just happens. You got childbirth. They died during childbirth. You got some that die in mining accidents and excavation accidents for quarries. Yeah, you can make quarries on here too. It's crazy the amount of stuff on this game. So, that is going to wrap it up for this time, guys. We did get this taken care of. On the next time, we will see this blacksmith finished, and we'll start getting a blacksmith working over there. And we'll start moving forward with more things that we need to get taken care of into this town. Until then, I am DreamRaver23 reminding you to game happy, and I will see you all later. Bye, guys.